Want to comment on anything you've heard on this week's show? Just send John an email. Send it to john@augustagolfshow.com. That's john@augustagolfshow.com.
And welcome back to the Augusta Golf Show. I'm John Patrick. Time for our Why I Love the Game segment. Now, this is the portion of the show where somebody tells us why the game of golf has been so important and so meaningful in their life. But this week, something a little bit different. It's a story that might only be able to be told at the Masters. It's the story of a father and a son, of tradition, and of keeping the tradition alive. The son telling the story is Brian Shire, and it's his story about the Masters and his father.
Yeah, we'd always go to Masters on Thursdays. We'd always meet up, and it kind of became a tradition of sorts. And over the years, I always kind of looked forward to that more than the tournament itself. A large part of why I liked it is, I didn't really get all that much father-son kind of hanging out time, so that Thursday on the hill, overlooking the 16th tee was kind of really fun time for us. And, we just kind of sit down and hang out and chat and talk and catch up and, share a beer and a pimento cheese sandwich, and it was just a lot of fun. Years later, in 1998, I ended up having to move across country for a job, so I moved to San Francisco. And then the following April, my dad called and asked if I'd be able to, meet with him on Thursday. And I unfortunately wasn't able to. Too much work, new job, new city, and I just kind of couldn't get away. And I kind of really felt bad about it. I felt like I was ending a tradition that we both really look forward to yearly. It's Masters Thursday. I'm sitting in an office 2,000 miles away, just, following it online, just kind of wishing I was there. I was kind of depressed the entire day, and, I called my dad later on that day and asked him how it was, and he had gone, said he missed it, and we kind of had a conversation that we would have normally have had. So on Friday, I'm sitting at my office, and I got a box delivered to my desk. I noticed it was from my dad, so of course I ripped into it, and inside the box was 10 pimento cheese sandwiches, a frozen bottle of water from the Masters, the Thursday's pairing sheet, and a Masters hat. I'm actually kind of getting weepy thinking about it, because my dad had the same feeling for this Thursday meeting at the Masters as much as I did. It was as much of a tradition to him as it was for me. So I kind of tore into those pimento cheese sandwiches as I'm kind of sobbing at my desk. It was really pathetic. So I really kind of cherished that for an entire year. And it's been 14 years now, and every year I get a box on Masters Friday with a ton of pimento cheese sandwiches in them, and the pairing sheets from Thursday, and a note from my dad saying, "Wish you were here."
I love that story, and I love the fact that as wonderful as that story is, because it's the Masters, it may not be that unique. That's just how special this tournament is, and it's just how much this tournament means to people. Thanks to Brian, and thanks to the entire Shire family for letting me share that story with you. Well, that's the program for this morning. I want to thank my guests, John Feinstein, Peter Kessler, Rich Lerner, and thank you, Brian Shire, for sharing your story. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the show this morning. Please make sure the other members of your foursome know about the program. Please make sure they're listening each and every weekend. Have a great week. Enjoy the Masters. I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening to the Augusta Golf Show with John Patrick. Bye-bye.
The Augusta Golf Show with John Patrick is a production of the Murto Group Incorporated, which is solely responsible for its content. Copyright 2013. The theme for the Augusta Golf Show was written and performed by Jim Brickman. I'm John McFadden. We'll see you next time.